Alright, pop that one down there. Then give me a red wire, a green wire. From there to the pump. And charge level between 0 and 100. So there. If charge level H is A, it's less than 5. Yeah, you go. So if that's greater than 5, pump away, and if it goes less than 5, it shuts down. So right now it's shut down because it's 100% right now. And again, because there's this pumps are here, it's just easy to put a kilometer charge near that.
I've only been buying more large bolts.
So got that would be interesting. There's our launch back up left. That's how latches are kind of cool, honestly.
Thank you.
Do 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 do. Why are you not charging up? Bad accumulator. Accumulate. Back to you in a minute.
Oh.
That should be all the power grids on there, but the question is, why are these accumulators not charging? Bomba.
I mean, right now, because it's nighttime.
Yeah, but they were still charging earlier when it was daytime. I have to keep an eye on them when the sun comes up, see what's happening. Do 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 do. Right, if I go back up to that solar farm and put down another blueprint, and that should expand the network. Blueprint for solar array is that one.
If I think I found our new northern choke point here.
Hey, the cat. How you doing?
Right. Just look at this power graph and I'm a bit confused. There's nothing in the accumulators. Oh, it's going up now.
I think they drained overnight, but they're drained a lot quicker than I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, we need a lot more solar build.
Do 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 do. There we go. Another row on this accumulator on the solar build is done.
Amazing.
Do 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 do. If you don't get even too full of wood capped, I'll turn your robot pots off.
That's what I'm here for. To get rid of the wood.
Well, they can do it themselves if you want them to, or you can help them out if you really want to. This line of bots just heading to the supply chest is great. Do 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 do. Right, did the ones that I placed down earlier get charged up? Yes, they did. It must have been just close enough to night time for it to shut down the charging of them. Finally gonna try and get a break, maybe breakfast and lunch. I hope you do, Todd, and enjoy when you get a chance. Because the food is good.
Wait, breakfast and lunch? Isn't
Yeah.
it like 5 PM over there?
Yep. Because Todd has known him work through his lunch due to the calls coming through.
Sheesh, Toad. Sheesh.
Sadly, it happens quite a lot. Do 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 do. You're right, the cat. TJ, look at the blueprint.
Sorry, I've just been sent something.
Ah, okay. I just saw you running around the blueprint and then you stopped. Right, where are solar panels made? There's the accumulators, and they're making new ones. And they have enough in stock to not be an issue. But where are solar panels? But it was near a shield build. There they are, solar panels. And they are currently starved of steel. Where are they pulling their steel from? From the main steel bus. Okay. So it's just a throughput of steel issue, basically. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's recently increased, but it's still quite lacking.
Yeah. However, I might be able to boost it a little bit if I give them a requester chest just for steel. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yellows. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
I don't think the server likes me or interacting with the bases.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, the northern cutoff point is quite obvious. And I think the most western cutoff point is gonna be somewhere over here-ish. I think that's the closest approach that we can get.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Right, we have 9 gigajoules of accumulator storage. So the question is, will they be able to supply it? They keep charging and then discharging.
If they do that during the day, then we don't have enough solar yet.
Correct, we don't know. Because the coal system keeps kicking in, and every time the coal system kicks in, accumulators charge, and when they hit 5% charge, the coal system turns off. So they're charging from the coal system. I think Camp Blueprint Stream for the backup Steam as such. Did you also send instructions on how to import the string into the game? Because Cap's never played the game on the construction site before, so he wouldn't know how to import strings, I don't think. It's not hard once you do it the first time, but just being given a random string and not knowing how to do with it is not the easiest thing. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Have you got the SRX cap? Do you know how to use it?
I have the string. I don't know how to use it. Trying to work that out now.
Okay, I don't remember how you do it myself now. Blueprints. think if you go blueprint, it's been a while since I've done one. It's the blueprint book, maybe.
Yeah, I think just west of the new oil patch that I just found up here is where we want to put up our defenses.
Found it.
Yeah.
It's next to the blueprint book on your bottom bar. Is input string.
I have my bottom bar filtered, so it's probably just one of the I don't on my bar. Yeah, input string. Yeah, I have mine turned off. Yeah. So you do that, paste the string in there. That gives you the blueprint. Hopefully, it's just the SR latch. And then you're going to go and create one at each of the water pumps. So there's a water pump for power grid. There. 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 And there, currently. Because the power grid's a bit dispersed. There's currently a wire on the pump, we have to remove that wire. So to remove wires that are on the pump or anything, you need to have a wire of your own to remove it. So you see what I've done here? So this,
Yeah.
the easy way to do it, just delete the accumulator I put there and then put whatever the blueprint down is that Raven gave you. Because once you remove the accumulator, it will remove the wire and the programming from that pump at the same time.
Alright, let me just place this down. So that. So I need to get rid of the generator really and hook this pole up to the pump.
I'm trying to figure it out because this is definitely a power switch that Toby friend to avoid using, but I have no problem with. That connects to the generator, so this looks like more it disconnects the generator from the grid, not the pump. Okay, what I would do is take that out of the equation. Take that out of the equation. Okay. So, do me a favour. Place that down again. But with the generator sort of here, pointing across. So, generator with where I am. No, generator there, sorry. Generator here, accumulator on this side. So, yeah, perfect, thank you. So if we remove that, and that. Wait for this power thing to be delivered because I don't have one on me. Yeah, I don't care about the speed of putting pumps. Just don't want to be. If we do it with the power grid, then you've got to make sure no power cables are all connected to the power grid other than this one thing, which is perfectly fine. But right, so this thing has a condition that says S greater than 0. So what we can do is delete that, and then I need a green wire. Then do from the output of that to the pump, and on the pump do S greater than 0.
I'm guessing S is signal or something like that.
S is, if you look at the accumulators, that right. So this thing here outputs an A. The accumulator outputs an A, which is its power charge as a percentage.
Yeah.
That then goes into both of these two. This one is a not less than 90%, and this one is no greater than 20%. So they output a signal each. That one outputs S as 1, and this one outputs R as 1. This says if S is greater than R. Yeah, you can change them by clicking on them. So this one says if S is greater than R, then output a 1 or an input count, so it's outputting 1 as an S. So if basically if it's above 20% but below 90%, it'll turn on and off. It's an SR latch, basically.
Yeah.
And then that goes down to here. So that should program that.
Okay.
Right, so
Then
very first
that
thing.
accumulator's just been charged from that.
So the accumulator's been charged from the entire base. And it would drain and charge depending on power available to it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and disconnect those other accumulators I set up earlier. So we can keep it, so we can test that one down there. The greater than or less than might need changing on the pump itself. And we can also condense the design as well because it's designed to go onto a different type of power grid. Right, so all coal power plants are running fully right now. So we come back down again and we'll take a proper look at it. You can see if we can condense the circuit into a smaller footprint for what we're doing. Okay, so that's at that is out. Annoyingly, you can't tell what something's outputting by putting your cursor over it, but if you make yourself a green wire and connect the output to a power pole, you put your cursor on the power pole, you can see what the value is. F equals 1. Right, so this is if less than 20, outputs are 1. And this is if greater than, if A is greater than 90, and this is if A greater less than 20. So less than 20 and greater than 90, they'll output one of them output of 1. Trying to figure that out. If that's greater than 90%, put a 1 out. If that's less than 20%, put a 1 out. So if either one of those two, if both of those put a 1 out, it's not and, it's an or. So if S, so if we're lower than 20%, but not over 90%. Okay, yeah. So if it's over 20%, but not over 90%, then we get a 1, and the 1 then just turn the pump on. And then when that charges up to 90%, that pump should turn off. We're approaching 90% now. In fact, there you go, pump's turned off now. That's at 90%. And still charging. Okay, that makes sense. So, if we do a kind of more condensed version of it, that there, there, there. Hang on, let's get those.
Thanks.
Put accumulator there. Put that there and there. No. We do it like that. I'm trying to find the best placement to make it make more sense. There, there, and there. Maybe. You need 3 of these. Which one makes more sense? Put them like that, or do you think that one should be sticking? This one should be sticking out a bit more this way.
I think it should be sticking out. Same direction as the other two.
The only problem is with being like that. Problem is with it being a 2 gap in the middle. So the option is to do that. Then you've got this one sits out by itself like that in the front, or we can stick it below.
Nah, I think if they're all in the line, it'll get confusing.
I was thinking do that maybe. The 2 inputs, then the 2 outputs.
Yeah.
The 2 inputs and 1 output. It's more about what makes sense, because the problem with this being a 2x2 is that you can't put 3 things in alignment for it. The other option is that. Plus it makes it a bit taller, but not end of the world. Right, get some cables made up. Actually, let you do it so you can see the programming side of things. Because Factorio has some really good programming, but it's all logic, like chips like this. Think of it like Stationeers, but without the MIP sandwich. It's only using those readers and writers.
Yeah.
I thought, there they come. Okay, so first thing you do, if you go in your inventory, I'll give you some red cable. Boom, there you go. If you go into, if you can make some red and green cables.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so red cables and green cables are identical, but the signals don't cross, right? So if you put two cables together, red and green, they'll run different data signals. But if you run two reds, then the signal can jump, so you don't tend to mix cables too much.
Right.
Right, so first thing you'll do is, if you want to take a cable of whichever colour, and go from the accumulator to the input on both of these two nearest ones.
Oh, so you can pick an input and an output on there.
Yeah. So the arrows show you the input and output side of it.
Yeah.
And then when you've done one, just press Q if you need to disconnect it, and then do the next one. So both of these want a green cable to this.
Okay.
Perfect. And then on the programming side of things, if you click on the actual accumulator, it'll tell you what its output signal is.
Okay, so it's A at the moment.
Right? And if you put cursor over it, you get no information at all about what A is. But if you put cursor over the two programming chips, they'll tell you that A is a number with the input signal A85 right now. You see that? You put your cursor over any of these two programming blocks.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. That tells you what the input signal they're receiving from that accumulator right now. They're receiving an A88. So that's a percentage of charge.
Right.
So according to this latch, if you click on these, they got the top one is A greater than 90%, and the other one is A less than 20%.
Ah, okay.
So that's this one. Wants,
Yeah.
Bottom one is less than
20%.
less than 20% and more than 90%. So basically, should it turn on or off? And then at the bottom, you got the output. You want to output a count. Not count, so output the number 1. The reason being, you can say output the actual value if you wanted to. Say output the actual like 90 or 60 or whatever. Or you can output a fixed value of 1, 2, 3. So you can choose what the output is.
Yeah.
Right. I'll give it a symbol. Like, so click on the actual square, and then go to the signals, the far right tab, and there's a whole bunch of alphabetical things. You can choose what they are if you want. It's up to you what you make.
Random ones you can pick.
Pretty much, yeah. This one's for the maximum power. This one's for low power. So you could do L and H for low and high power, or whatever you want to do, or you can just do them as ABCs. So give one for both of them. Both want to output 1 and then a different signal each. Okay, and then what you do is bring a different colour cable so you don't get a bridging happening. So a red cable now from these outputs to the input of this one. Perfect. And then on this one, now you've got those two signals coming out. You've got if you put cursor over it again, you've got a H1 coming out, but nothing else right now. And that's because it's fully charged, so the high is outputting something, but the low isn't outputting anything. So what we can do on this now is say, so S is low on that one, so you can say if on this one, if the low is greater than the high, so on this one here, L, on the conditions, click on the thing and put L greater than, is it greater than? I think it's greater than. Yeah, held greater than, low greater than high. So click on that 0 and pick a signal. Do I have a green cable? Perfect, and then output a value, and I can make it something like the P for power or something like that, or C for coal or whatever you want to make it.
Yeah, P works.
Right, and then you link the output of that to the pump.
Or with just another normal cable.
Yeah, usually alter the colour, it's always the best option, so go green again.
Okay, find my green cable. Is that straight to the pump?
Yeah, and then the pump, you say to the pump if P, which is your value, equals 1, then it'll pump. And so when the accumulator's at 100%, the pump will be off. And it should turn on when the pump goes below 20% and stay off until it does that.
Okay.
And we can test that by disconnecting that pump there. Oop, wrong one. Nope. We can't test it because it's a daytime. I was hoping to test it, but it's not. So we have to wait until basically that drops its power usage down. But that's it. That's your condensed version of what we haven't given you.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can copy that into a new blueprint of your own, pressing the little blue add blueprint button. And when you paste it down, all the logic will be maintained. So all you need to do is paste these 4 machines down, and then manually connect it to the pump and make sure it's in a power grid, and it'll be able to charge, and you can put it where you want then. And because it's more condensed, it'll fit in a smaller area.
So the only thing, when I put one of these down, the other thing I need to do is change the pump logic.
Yeah. Tell the pump, well, you have to wire the pump up and then tell the pump to turn on for a thing. You've got a wire. I don't remember if I got a wire. 2 from the accumulator, 2 from the result, 1 to the pump. What am I missing? Hey, can you look at the original blueprint and see if there's a wire missing somewhere? There probably is, I've just got to see it.
Do that. Oh.
So 2 from there, 2 from there. Oh, there's a bridge gap, front and back, so you need a green cable that goes from the input to the output on the same device.
I'll ask why.
I can't remember the reason. It's so the signal gets repeated across to itself. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, it's a self-reinforcing signal. Okay, so in that case, you would need to output, instead of P, you'd have to output L, the low power warning, not power warning. So change the output to an L, and then change this to an L. Alright, so I'm guessing, I can't remember why now, that when this triggers yes, it creates a feedback loop on itself and keeps itself locked in that on state until one of these forces it off. Okay. So I think the reason is the low power state kicks in and below 20%, then as soon as it goes above 20% it stops being a low power state. And that would stop the L signal, which would turn off the system. And this feedback cable keeps the L state running in a loop as it goes out of itself and back into itself as an L state, and stays as the one until this one forcibly resets it.
Okay, yeah. I get that now, I think.
Feedback loop, basically.
Yes.
Right, so copy that and paste this onto every one of the pumps. What's this server info? It's the same as last time, but I'll repaste it because I know we have a decent amount of text in our chat. Give me a sec. There you go.
So do I need to do 1 per pump, or with there being 2 pumps here, I can just output to both pumps?
Yeah, if the both pumps are near each other, then you can just output to both. If you actually look, I've got a cable running between the 2 pumps, so just get to one of them and it'll chain across. If you look at these 2 pumps here, they have a cable already on them.
Yeah.
So if you connect to any one of those pumps, it'll daisy chain across. As long as it's the same colour. When you put your cursor over the logic thing, the whole cable lights up. You can see what cable's being utilised.
Yeah, I see that.
And then both of these two need to be told to be on the L, the L signal. L equals 0. L equals 1, sorry.
So they're disabled at the moment.
Yep. So you can put cursor over, it'll say disabled by control behavior on the right side. One thing to remember when placing these down is you have to make sure you have to have the cable in your inventory. Otherwise it will ask for it, and I don't think the base is making the cable, so the base can't assemble it. Probably should get the base to make cable if we haven't got it already. Do we have the base make cable? I'm going to check that. Yep, the base is making cable. Although there's like 500 cable coming towards me now because I just asked it to check. So there's one more pump over here. Siding up there. The benefit is you can put the plug it down here and then link it to the power pole and then to the pump if it's too far away.
Yeah.
Because signals can go across the entire map. You can even have, say, a signal here and have it go down the main power grid all the way down to the train station at the coal input and then do something at the other end. If you do really fancy stuff, you can do stuff like have a train station over there that's just sat there waiting, and the train station over here, when the train station over here says, I'm running low on coal, it then sends a signal out and says, hey, bring me a train across. You do that by sending signals down the entire power grid. It's really complicated, but really fun to have logical systems that actually have trains moving when you need something, rather than just because you wanted something in the area. Yeah, so if you were to link that to the pump, it will do that. But if you link the power cable into the pump, then you can use the power cable as a stepping stone. But the benefit of doing that as well is you can put your cursor over the power cable and see what the logic network's doing.
Right.
So a green cable from there to there to there, if you can't reach. How is the solar network going? They are installing stuff. Well, we're making solar panels, I'm guessing. Steel's not fully fixed, but it's flowing to some degree.
We're also slowly getting to a point where we can almost replace the entire coal production.
We're making 153 megawatts on solar right now, and we need 210-ish without firing a laser to it.
Yeah, so I think maybe a third row should do it.
Yeah, we just haven't got the steel right now to supply enough panels, but a third row would definitely look like that'll do it. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba. Logic network, solar, 500. Da 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 da. Hey, what's that? Dun 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 dun. Let's go. That's the power grid status. Yeah, accumulators are almost drained.
By the way, Miffa, I'm out of turrets.
I have turrets, you can have mine.
You might want to turn off your roboport, Miffa.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Right.
Welcome.
Purple Science is backing up into the machines now, which is looking good. Why are we running low on rail?
Steel again, probably.
It is steel, yep. I just give them all my rail. I normally keep on my infantry for building bases. Let them have that for a minute. Since it's like 1,000 rail, I don't need to be holding right now. There you go, Charlie. That's something for you. That Toad's made for you. It's a self-powered radar setup that doesn't require a power grid near it.
Yeah, we're already done with the entire setup of the base defense, basically. Literally just have to do this one tiny spot down here, but we're currently cutting our way through a forest, so it's gonna take a bit.
Right, if I get this next solar array planned up, they can do it for when they get supplies.
Okay, all the new areas are mapped.
If we can start running the power poles, I'm gonna do the turrets.
Yeah.
Just quickly finishing up the removal of the forest, so that we can actually... There we go. Eastern expansion finished, western expansion finished. I think Toad has his work cut out for him for an exploration run.
Who named this thingy?
Well, I would suspect either Toad or RJ.
I think I did all the namings, but I'm not 100% sure.
I need to put this open lice.
What did you name it? I'm running through a minefield right now.
Indecent exposure.
That might not be I did, that might have been Toad.
I'm not particularly big fan of this than the MFM.
Yep,
Oh,
there's 2 bases down there now. Possibly 3.
So I don't particularly see an easy way of cutting them off. Like there's no easy.
Take Toad's advice and just whack my believer worm there, so they don't expand back into it.
It doesn't look good on this side either.
I'm also not a big fan of this corner piece right up here. There might be a decent choke point if we go straight north from here, if the lake up north continues.
I'll go back to base first and...
Yeah, going back to base is a good idea because I am almost out of supplies.
Holy shit, you're a fast jetter.
Do 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 do.
Hi there, Mepha.
Hi, bye.
Do 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 do. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da.
What are you doing back there?
Thanks.
We don't have a long arm stacking set, do we? In the game.
I don't think there is, no, Pete.
It's a shame.
You crashed.
Yeah, I did.
Right, since we're now secure down here.
I was a little nervous. Like, if I hit you, I will probably kill you.
There you go.
Probably, but I like it. That's true, we just get Charles away too much.
Huh? What?
Raven and Toad talking.
I need to get faster.
Do 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 do.
Right, the bots might be busy for a bit. have about a full inventory of wood.
Yeah, I have a few as well.
Hey Toad, there might be a space launch this Sunday. Not what I wanted to do, but sure.
Interesting. Most of our coal power plants shut down, but not all of them. So I'm getting one of them that we didn't know about. Somewhere is still running. That one's turned off. That one's turned off.
OneWeb, whatever OneWeb is, Toad.
Oh, it's a competitor to Starlink.
I think I may have just forgotten to set up the logic on the pumps.
This one's running, but it could be that the power is actually low enough now. L equals 1. L equals 1. To be fair, the cumulative is now low enough that we can't actually tell because they're supposed to be on now. Icon. Where's the power generators? Tag, pump. Alright, I think we have 4 steam engine setups right now. We don't have any more I'm not aware of, do we? We are now producing around half our required power.
Therefore, just move up a bit. Or down.
Beep,
Thanks.
beep. Get check, hydrate. Stretch. Don't think Greek food tonight, but the fries are salty. I mean, Greek food generally is salty. For the most part. Okay, and that button. Smash. And a Polly, and a Molly, and a Toby. Actually, all 4 of them. Put the camera there. We have Smudgy, Polly, Molly, and way over there. Oop, this round. Just there is Toby. Okay, we're recharging. Which means steam should stay on until this is about 90%, then it should turn off, and we should hopefully be able to see which of the power generators didn't turn off. Because we were producing like 75 megawatts, I think it was. Which suggests that there was at least one pump not turned off. Probably two, but we'll figure which one's there in a minute. Hey Cap, just one thing about these big builds, especially the solar builds. When you're running in the middle of the blueprints, the bots will block you in, and you won't be able to escape without digging up a solar panel.
Yeah.
It's happened to me a few times where I've been running through a solar field and you stop to look at a map and you come back and they've placed like 10 solar panels around you. It's like, I can't move. You have to dig your way out.
Hello, I'm gonna kill Sai.
Aww. Any reason?
No, he recommended this Greek place because my regular one's closed today because they're having renovations. And I just found a note in my delivery and he says, your sweetheart Sai says you like extra meat. I'm going to miss my brother, but here's some extra meat. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill them and I'm going to enjoy it.
And then eat them. Got it.
Shut up. Anyway, I've got Greek gyro to eat.
Do 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 do.
Oh, many robots.
There was a base that we used to do in Factorio, and the train stations that we have right now, where they're being ordered and going onto belts. Instead of doing that, they had just the boxes were just provider chests rather than steel chests.
Yeah.
And the furnaces were delivered all there all by bots. So whenever the train pulled in, like 10,000 bots would take off immediately and fly straight to the train. It caused the server to lag no end. Okay, how are we looking at the accumulators? Accumulators are... Okay, pumps should be off. All pumps should be off. Back mode. That pump's off. That pump is off. Those two pumps are off. That pump is off, and that pump. All pumps are off. And the power grid confirms we are making no power from solar, from steam. Must have just been some power grid still spooling down or spooling up. However, we are draining through our accumulator charge, so we don't make enough to run just on solar just yet, which we kind of knew. We're only making 163 on solar. We need to make 340. I think we may need to set up a few more steam power plants just as a temporary measure.